Welcome to Mama2shape Pregnancy Yoga. I'm Kat and today's class is a calming full body stretch with a long deep relaxation at the end. If you need any advice on how to sit comfortably for the beginning of yoga, then head to the short video which is linked below in the description box. Find yourself a comfortable seat. Enjoy the class. Lotus Flower Mudra. Begin sitting comfortably. Feel that your spine is long and lengthened and shoulders are relaxed. On your inhalation, squeeze your palms together. As you exhale, open your hands like a book. Bring the backs of the hands together, fingers towards you, point them down and stretch them away. Inhale there. And exhaling, as your fingers come down and around again. Bring little fingers together and thumbs together, creating a lotus flower shape. Inhale there, and then exhale, palms to touch. Again, inhaling, squeeze palms together. Exhale, open the hands like a book, backs of the hands together, fingers towards you, stretch down and away. Inhale there, and exhale, point the fingers down, bring them through, around, create the lotus flower shape, stretching the hands as you inhale, and then exhaling, palms to touch. Continue in your own breath timing, so just allowing your breath to be in its natural pattern and allowing the movement to float on the breath. As you inhale with palms to touch, have the hands quite low down in front of the heart, so you get a stretch for the wrists. This movement in time with the breath will help to stretch and strengthen the wrists, to prepare for an active birth, to strengthen you ready for being on hands and knees. And also, this will warm up the hands and the wrists in preparation for the class today. Nice stretch for the chest. Begin in a comfortable seated position. Feel that your spine is long and lengthened, your back working to lengthen the spine up. Feel that your shoulders are relaxed down your back. Inhaling as you squeeze palms together, and exhale as you stretch your hands away from you. Inhale, open the arms out wide, and exhale, palms to touch. Inhale, reach your arms out, spread the fingers if you like. Keep the palms facing forward as you exhale, hands back and down. Inhale, back and up. And then exhale, palms to touch. Inhaling, squeezing palms together. Exhale, turn the fingertips away from you and stretch your hands forward. Inhale, open the arms wide, broad across the back of the body and the front of the body evenly. And exhale, palms to touch. Inhale, reaching arms out, stretch the fingers. Exhale, hands back and down, squeeze shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms back and up. And exhale, palms to touch. Shoulders relaxed, back long and lengthened. Inhale, squeezing palms together. Exhale, fingertips turn away, stretch your hands forward. Inhale, arms reach out wide. Don't squeeze the shoulder blades together yet. Exhale, palms to touch. Inhale, reaching the arms out. Feel how this arm stretch helps to increase your lung capacity. Lovely breath in. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, back and up. Really nice chest breath. And exhale, palms to touch. Keep going for as many times as you like in your own breath timing. The opening of the arms helps to stretch the muscles of the chest, allowing you to take in deeper breaths, which is really important as the baby grows bigger and you can't breathe so well into the lower portions of the lungs. So think of breathing wide and full, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, wide and full into the chest with every inhalation. Just one more round here, but feel free to pause the video and carry on for more rounds, all in your own breath timing, helping to warm up the shoulders, relieve shoulder tension, and take in lovely deep breaths. Side leans. Sitting nice and tall, inhale as you sweep your arm up and exhale as you extend over to the side. Continue with the breath, inhaling, reaching up and exhaling over. Make sure that you keep your bottom firmly glued to the blocks or the floor underneath you. Think of reaching up and lengthening. Inhaling up, exhaling over. Move in your own breath timing. Let the natural pattern of your breath guide the movement. Inhaling up, exhaling over. Only reaching as far as you're comfortable to go. Twists. On your inhalation, reach your arms up and out to the side. On your exhalation, twist only as far as you feel comfortable to go. If you are experiencing diastasis recti, separation of the abdominal muscles, then keep your palms together in front of your heart while you twist. Make sure that you keep your shoulders sliding down your back and away from your ears. Keep your spine feeling really long. Elbow circles. On your next inhalation, lift up your arms and exhale your fingertips onto your shoulders. Inhale, sweep your elbows up and exhale them down. Continuing with the breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. See if you can get your elbows to touch together in front of you. You might find that quite tricky. It might be quite a big stretch across the back of the body in between the shoulder blades. That's okay. Just do what you can. Imagine that you could get your elbows to touch behind you, and that will help you to get a really big stretch across the back of the body. Change directions and circle the elbows the other way. You can pause the video and do a few extra ones here if you like. Don't worry if your shoulders feel a bit crunchy. Hopefully that should subside after a few more circles, warming up all of the muscles. Pelvic tilting. Begin sitting comfortably in thunderbolt pose, cross-legged or on your exercise ball. Imagine that your pelvis is a bowl of water and tip your pelvis forwards, imagining water spilling out the front. Tip it backwards, imagining water spilling out the back. Do this in time with the breath, inhaling as you tip the pelvis forwards and exhaling as you tip the pelvis backwards. You'll feel the weight distribution changing on your sit bones, the bony bits that stick out the bottom of the pelvis. As you tip your pelvis forwards, a bowl of water spilling out the front, the weight comes to the front of the sit bones. And as you tip your pelvis backwards, a bowl of water spilling out the back, your weight comes to the back edge of the sit bones. If you are on your exercise ball, make sure that your feet are firmly planted. You can make the tilts quite small so that it's just working from the pelvis, or you might like to make the movement a bit bigger, still leading from the pelvic tilt forwards and backwards, but bringing your upper body into this movement a bit more. So on your inhalation, as you tip the pelvis forwards, you also shine the chest forwards. And on your exhalation, as you tip the pelvis backwards, you also round the shoulders. Do whatever feels comfortable. If you have separation of the abdominal muscles, you may prefer to keep the pelvic tilts very small, keeping the upper body still, and just tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards, really concentrating on keeping the movement just to the pelvis. Also, as the baby grows larger, rounding over might be a little bit more uncomfortable as there's not so much space. So just do what your body feels. Exhaling as you tip the pelvis backwards, inhaling as you tip the pelvis forwards. This movement helps to encourage the baby into optimal fetal position with its head down. It's a really nice movement to do during labour as well. Tipping the pelvis forwards and backwards, and it helps to stretch the muscles of the lower back, particularly around the sacroiliac joint. These muscles can get very tense, so it's nice to find a way to stretch them. If you're bringing the movement into the upper body as well, then this movement helps to relieve upper back tension also. Pelvic rocking. From the centre, sink your weight into your right sit bone, and then bring your weight to centre and sink the weight into the other sit bone, and then back to centre again. So it's like you're drawing a little smile in the air with your inner hip bones. Keep the feet firmly grounded into the floor. The tops of the feet if you're in thunderbolt pose, or the soles of the feet if you're sitting on your exercise ball. You can do this from cross-legged as well, just like the pelvic tilting. Pelvic circling. This is a combination of rocking and tilting. From the centre, as you inhale, sink your weight into one sit bone as the pelvis tips forwards. Bring your weight over into the other sit bone with a forward pelvis, and then tip the pelvis backwards, bringing your weight back to the first sit bone. You could imagine that you have a paintbrush down the centre of your body, and you're drawing a circle on the blocks with the paintbrush, circling around, exhaling as the pelvis circles backwards, and inhaling as the pelvis circles forwards. Stay connected with your own natural pattern of breath, and have your hands wherever they feel comfortable, maybe on the hips as a guide, or down on your knees or thighs. You might like to bring your upper body into the circles more as well. Inhaling, tipping the pelvis forward and shining the chest forward, and then exhaling, tipping the pelvis backwards and rounding. If you are on an exercise ball, make sure that your feet stay firmly grounded into the earth. As you circle, feel as though you are leading from the pelvis, so all of the movement originates from the pelvis. From here, if you'd like a little more challenge, you can reach your arms out to shoulder height. Make sure that you keep your shoulders sliding down your back and away from your ears, as if you could put your shoulder blades in your back pockets and keep them there. Think of having lots of space in between your ears and your shoulders. Keep stretching and extending from fingertip to fingertip. Think of being broad across the back of the body and the front of the body evenly, so not squeezing the shoulder blades together. So now we are going to circle in the opposite direction. This might not feel quite as natural. Your body will choose the direction that it prefers to go in first, and then the other direction might feel a bit strange or not so smooth until you get used to it. Practicing more and more helps to make the movements smoother. If you begin to feel uncomfortable in the seated position that you are in, then remember you can always change positions. If you are sitting cross-legged on blocks, a good tip is to have the blocks widthways, so that there is a wider area on which to sit. If you would like more challenge, bring your arms up again to shoulder height, extending from fingertip to fingertip, shoulders sliding down the back and away from the ears, broad across the back of the body and the front of the body evenly. Flat cat, round cat. Begin on hands and knees, with your hands underneath your shoulders directly and your knees underneath your hips. Feel as though you are gently drawing your tummy in towards your spine, as if you are hugging your baby in towards the warmth and safety of your body. Feel long from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Hip circles on all fours. From your flat cat position, imagine that you have a point on the floor in between your knees and circle around that point. The circles can be big or small, it depends on your body. Make sure that your shoulders stay sliding down your back and away from your ears, as if you could put your shoulder blades into your back pockets and keep them there. And now circle in the other direction. Feel as though you are hugging your baby in close to the warmth and safety of your body. This will gently activate the transverse abdominal muscles. This will help to support your spine. Keep thinking of having a long spine and a long lower back, lengthening from the crown of the head to the tailbone. The back muscles are working. Make sure that you aren't sagging through the lower back. Lunging hip circles. If you have pelvic pain, then stay with circles on all fours. Otherwise, on your exhalation, step your left foot forward to the outside edge of your left hand. From here, continue circling around an imaginary point between your back knee and your front foot. Now change the direction of the circles. So imagine circling the other way around that point in between your front foot and your back knee. You can do as many circles as you like. For now we are going to do 7 circles in each direction with the left leg forward. And then when you're ready, step your left leg back so that you're on all fours again. On your next exhalation, step your right foot forward to the outside edge of your right hand and begin circling when you're ready. If you feel that you're getting a bit squashed forward, then you can put your hands up on blocks or another support. This will give you more space for your bump. It's also useful if your hips are quite tight. Remember to change directions so that you've circled an even amount of times in the opposite direction with the right leg forward. Remember to keep your face and jaw relaxed and enjoy all the lovely stretches that you feel around the hips. So we're doing 7 or 8 circles in each direction here. You can pause the video and do more in your own time if you like. Step back onto all fours. In a moment you will bring your bottom to your heels into hare pose, so you may want to widen your knees slightly. Keep the feet closer together and the toes pointing in towards each other. On your exhalation, round your spine into round cat and then bring your bottom down towards your heels into hare pose. In hare pose, you may be more comfortable with a variety of supports. You can use blocks under your bottom. You can also use blocks or cushions or a stool in front of you to keep you lifted up and not quite so squashed. You may like to rest your head on something high with a block underneath your bottom or without a block. Remember to keep your toes pointing inwards to avoid discomfort in your ankles and your hips. Stay here resting for as long as you wish. When you're ready, gently come up to sitting, noticing how you feel. Make sure that you are sitting comfortably. Use blocks if you need to, sitting cross-legged or in thunderbolt pose. Wide angle pose. From hands and knees, place your bottom on the floor and let your legs come out in front of you. You will most likely need to sit on blocks or a cushion. Sit with your legs out wide, but no wider than a 90-degree angle. It's really important to make sure that your lower back is straight and that you are centered on your sit bones. If you are tipping backwards on your sit bones, then you'll feel as though your spine is rounded and it's difficult for you to sit up straight. You might even feel your abdominal muscles straining. So you can bend your knees to allow yourself to sit up straighter. As you sit here, keep breathing, and every inhalation feel as though your spine is growing nice and tall. With every exhalation, think about the back rim of bone at the back of your pelvis lifting, and imagine that your inner hip bones shine forward and gently shine towards the floor, feeling as though your weight slightly moves forward to the front edges of your sit bones. So imagine that the pelvis is tipping slightly forward like a bowl of water spilling out the front. Spread out your toes and shine energy out through the balls of the feet. You may like to use a block or other support in front of you to help stop you slumping forward and keep you lengthened through the spine. Make sure that you feel this stretch in the muscles of your inner thighs, possibly in your hamstrings at the backs of the thighs as well. Make sure that you don't feel any stretching or pulling in the pubic bone. If you do, then stop this stretch. When you are ready, slowly come up to sitting. Seated gate pose. Bring your right foot in towards you. You can keep your foot a little way in front of you. You don't have to bring it right in to touch your body. Lift and lengthen all up through the back of your body and turn your inner hip slightly towards your left leg. You might need to move your right buttock out of the way so you can feel your sit bone still in contact with the block or cushion or mat. So your inner hips and your body are gently pointing towards your left leg. Lift and lengthen your spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, inquire into tipping forward to the front edges of your sit bones. So this is a very small movement, and you might barely move at all. It's really important again that your lower back stays flat and that you're not rounding your spine. You're tipping forward to the front edges of your sit bones. On your next inhalation, you can raise your right arm up and exhale, stretching all through the right side of your body, feeling your right sit bone and your right buttock grounding down into the floor. Keep thinking of rolling your right hip out, rolling your right knee out. You might like to rest your hands on a block to help keep you lifted and lengthened through the spine. Think of breathing into both sides of the rib cage evenly, so make sure you're not collapsing through the left side of the rib cage. Now swap over to the other side, extending your right leg out and drawing your left foot in. Turning your inner hip bones to face towards your left leg. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening the spine. exhaling, inquiring into tipping forward to the front edges of the sit bones, thinking of your pelvis like a bowl of water spilling out the front. Every time you inhale, lift and lengthen the spine, and every time you exhale, inquire into tipping forward just a little bit more. And on your inhalation, lifting and lengthening through the spine, lifting your left arm up, and exhaling, extending over. Keep breathing evenly into both sides of the rib cage. Thinking of grounding your left knee, your left leg into the earth or the support underneath the leg, rolling the left hip outwards. Breathing deeply, face and jaw relaxed. When you are ready, slowly come up to sitting. Butterfly pose and star pose. It's important that you feel the stretch in butterfly pose in your inner thighs. Bring the soles of your feet together, and you might like to place blocks underneath your knees. You don't want to overstretch the ligaments in your pelvis, and you don't want to feel any stretch in the symphysis pubis, which will feel like it's in your pubic bone. So the stretch should be in the inner thigh muscles. Keep long and lengthened all up the lower back. You may feel a little bit of a stretch in your lower back here. And breathe. So with every inhalation, think about lifting and lengthening up tall. Every exhalation, shoulders are relaxing. You may like to sit up high on blocks as well, which again will reduce the intensity of the stretch, making sure that you're not feeling this in the pubic bone, but you're only feeling the stretch in the inner thigh muscles. Feeling the stretch in muscles and not in joints. So coming into star pose, bring your feet further away from your body. Take a lovely breath in and then exhale, fold forward. You should feel the stretch now more in your lower back and your outer thighs. If you still feel the stretch in your inner thighs, try moving your feet a little bit further away from your body. If you've got very tight inner thighs, you may still feel the stretch in the inner thighs anyway. You can round over as much as is comfortable for your body, but of course your bump might be in the way. If you prefer to stay lengthened through the spine, that's fine as well. Think of tipping forward at the hips. This is a great outer hip and lower back stretch. When you're ready, come up to sitting. And now it's time to relax. Lie down on your left hand side. You might like to place a pillow between your knees or blocks under your top knee, having your bottom leg straight. Make sure that you are comfortable, perhaps using a pillow underneath your head and a blanket over you, because your body will feel cooler as you enter a state of relaxation. So bringing your awareness to your breath and observing the breath as it flows in and out through the nostrils. Noticing the natural pattern of the breath without trying to change anything at all. And feel as though every inhalation nourishes your body and every exhalation relaxes you a little more. Feel as though you are breathing into your heart, feeling almost as if the heart itself were breathing. And into the heart we bring a sankalpa, which is a positive resolve, said as if it's already here, already true. So think of your personal sankalpa and say it silently to yourself 3 times, feeling as though it's audible from within the space of the heart. The Sankalpa is a seed which is planted in the fertile soil of the relaxed body, mind and heart, and it will surely grow to bear fruit. And now your mind goes on a journey around the body as I mention each body part in turn, and this brings a healing current of energy around your whole body. So bring your awareness to your right hand thumb, right index finger, right middle finger, right ring finger, right little finger, the palm of the right hand, the back of the right hand, the right wrist, right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, right armpit, right side, right hip, right buttock, top of the right thigh, back of the right thigh, right knee, right shin, right calf, right ankle, the right heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the right fifth toe, the whole of the right foot. Bring your awareness to the left hand thumb, left index finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, left armpit, left side, left hip, left buttock, top of the left thigh, back of the left thigh, left knee, left shin, left calf, left ankle, the left heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the left foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the left fifth toe, the whole of the left foot. Bring your awareness to the whole of the head, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, the right heel, left heel, right buttock, left buttock, the base of the spine, the curve of the lower back, the mid-back, and the upper back, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the central portion in between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, back of the head, back of the top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, and the nose, the bridge of the nose, the tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, teeth, tongue, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, central portion of the chest, the top of the curve of the belly, the navel, the bottom of the curve of the belly, the pubic bone, the pelvic floor. Be aware of your whole body and feel it resting. Feel your body resting. And all of your awareness is with your breath. All of your awareness with your breath, observing your breath. And feeling that with every exhalation, your body becomes a little bit heavier. Allow your body to become heavier, feeling so heavy that you might make an indentation in the surface beneath you. You feel so heavy. And then leaving off this feeling of great heaviness, and feeling that with every inhalation you feel a little bit lighter. Every inhalation makes you feel lighter, until you feel so light that you think you might just float up, away, like a leaf on the breeze. You feel so light, so light. And then just inquiring as to whether you can feel both heavy and light at once. See if you can feel both heavy and light at once. And then leaving off this possibility and bringing your awareness back to your breath and observing the breath as it flows up your body on the inhalation and down on the exhalation like a wave. A wave that washes up the body on the inhalation and down on the exhalation, just like a wave washing up upon a sandy shore, and the sand would soak up the water of the wave, so your body soaks up nourishment from the breath. Every inhalation your body soaks up nourishment, energy and vitality from the breath. And with every exhalation, just like that wave washing back into the deep blue ocean, with every exhalation, your body releases more into a healing place of rest. And keep breathing, and feel as though you are breathing into the space of your heart, feeling that every inhalation is nourishing the heart. And into your heart, bring once again your sankalpa, your positive resolve, and say this sankalpa 3 times silently to yourself, feeling as though it's audible from within the heart. The sankalpa is a seed which is nourished in the fertile soil of the relaxed body, mind and heart, and it will surely grow to bear fruit. And now allow your breath to gradually deepen, and feel as though the deepening of your breath is like a bridge back to a more everyday state of awareness. This practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. This practice of Yoga Nidra is now over. So give your fingers and toes a little wiggle and stretch however your body needs to awaken. And whenever you are ready, gently use the strength of your arms to push yourself up to sitting, awake and alert.